Hello there everybody, welcome back to another Wheelie Slasm build. Today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build the awesome Hawkins lab from Stranger Things in Minecraft once again, but this time with a commentary. Now a lot of you have given me some awesome feedback on that other video, for viewing it, for liking it, and for commenting on it. I just want to say a huge, massive thank you for 11,000 views as well on that video. And to celebrate the sort of milestone that I've just hit with my channel, I really want to build this tutorial again for you guys, but this time with a commentary and make it much better. Smooth stone, dark oak prismarine stairs, dark prismarine end stone bricks, and some glass you are going to need. Let's go ahead and drop right in. Oh, also polished andesite, almost forgot that one. So we're going to place some polished andesite first of all. We're going to go up by 3, then we're going to go 3, 4 along with our end stone bricks. Then we're going to put this up for the amount we have the andesite. So that is about 3, like so. 3 more andesite on this side, so now we have a wall in between, and that is just like 4 end stone with a wall. Now we're going to make the dooring, so we need to put like andesite in the floor, then 3 glass, then 1 over to connect them. Andesite in the floor again. Pillar on this side, and then basically the identical wall on the other side with our end stone bricks. Andesite again, and there we have the front entrance. Now if we pop round and go ahead to the left side, we can actually go ahead and start the next wall. So starting with our andesite, we already have this andesite to go for us, so we're going to use end stone bricks. We're going to go along by 3 this time, 3 by 3, like so, then andesite, then we're going to grab our end stone again, and we're going to go 3 again, up by 3, andesite up by 3, end bricks across by 4 this time, up by 3, like so. And the reason we do the kind of definition, the kind of sub walls with the andesite, it just really helps us to mark it out. So this one goes up by 4, just next to that other 4. So 3, 3, 4, 4, andesite, then we turn a corner, then we go along by 2, by 3, like so. So recap, 3, 3, 4, 4, and then obviously this new 2 on the left side. So once we have that 2 over here, we can go ahead, put another andesite pillar. Apologies for my PlayStation being like taken off. 4 end bricks like that, going up by 3. Andesite again, then we can go ahead and put another load of end bricks going along by 4 by 3 again. Andesite, and then you guessed it, another 4 up by 3. Andesite once again. Now that is another wall. Perfect. So now we have the entire left wall side of the build almost complete. It's kind of halfway. So completing this left side, we're going to add on to this andesite pillar. So come around this corner, come around this right angle over here. We can go to this corner over here. Add 3 by 3 end bricks, andesite, 4 end bricks like so, then andesite, then it's 4 again, up by 3, then it's 3 andesite once again. Andesite is definitely helpful for marking out our little territories for our little walls on Hawkins lab. Now that is a corner, so we can go around the corner again, 2, basically doing the opposite of what we just did, 4, there we go, up by 3, then another andesite pillar, but we're going to build the walls in anyway, so it goes like 2, 4, 4, 4. So it's like 3 lots of 4 after the 2, obviously, and in between those is the andesite as well. So there we have it. Awesome. Quick recap. Let's go into the next one. So 2 end stone bricks again, then we're going to put the andesite, 4 going along like this, another 4, and then another 4. So basically we're making the same sort of shape over this side as well as we just did, which is kind of cool because then we can make sure it looks nice and symmetrical from the outside as well as obviously in the interior as well. So once you've placed all your blocks down, you want to make sure they all line up to about 3 blocks high. And there we have it. That is the left side of the build done from the kind of first floor. We're going to go take round the back now. We're going to go up with 3, then 4, then 4, like so with our end bricks. I don't know why I placed glass there. That was my bad. And then andesite obviously in between these pillars as well. So obviously 3, 4, lots of 3, and then 4 lots of 3. Then there's an andesite pillar also on that left side over here. Awesome. So there's only like 3 walls on this back section. Same with the front. That helps you put in the door frame if there's like a 4 block shape. You can see it kind of in the front there. So if we go around to the right side, obviously if you're looking at the front, but if you're looking at the back, it'll be on the left side. We're going to take our end stone again, go along by 2 this time, then we're going to place 1, 4, then andesite, then 4, andesite, and then 4 again. So basically the same we just did on the opposite side, but the other way around. Like so. So 2, 4, 4. 4, 4, 4 even. 3 4s. And obviously up by 3 once again to make it nice and the same level on the first floor for every single one. This is also going to be really helpful for when we come back and actually stick in the exterior walls, like the prismarine walls, because it would be nice and helpful to place them on. So 2, then a 4, andesite obviously in between, then another 4 over here, andesite again, and then another 4. So these walls on the kind of middle sections are bigger than the end and the front walls. They just help to mark everything out as well, which looks great. And obviously make sure you get your 3 andesite pillars in between each one. Absolutely feel free to pause the video at any point if you do get stuck or you just need to recap. Feel free to do so. It is absolutely no problem at all. So now we should have this sort of shape here. It's starting to look like a plus symbol or an addition sign. We're going to go ahead and kind of complete it now. So 3, 4, then we're going to go 4, like so. So when I say the numbers, I just mean obviously up by 3 as well, like this. So 3, lots of end bricks, obviously a pillar in between of andesite, then a 4, lots of end bricks, then a pillar, then 4, lots of end bricks, and then another prismarine pillar. And that should line up with the opposite side, which it does, which is great. And then we can go ahead, build this next wall. So this one actually goes up by 2, then it does basically the opposite of the other one straight ahead of us. So 4, basically 3 lots of 4 going up by 3. So as I know there's a lot of maths in this video. So if you're not a fan of maths, maybe this isn't a great explanation, but yeah. So it goes like 2, then 3 lots of 4. So everything you see on the other side, it is exactly the same. So again, that should line up nice and symmetrical with the opposite side you just built earlier. And then we can go ahead and add in this final stretch of walling. So this goes up by 2 andesite, then we go along by 4, up by 3, andesite pillar in between those, then we go along by 4 once again, up by 3 of course, then andesite in between, and then fill it in for another 4 over this way. If you guys have any questions about the build as well that you'd like to ask me, please just drop a comment down below. I'd be more than happy to help. So the next stage we need to do is take our polished andesite and literally just go mark out all of these walls that we've just built. So basically put a row of andesite all the way along to basically connect up all of the andesite pillars together. So like this, all the way along. Nice one. So once that's done, you can go ahead and take your smooth stone, and we're going to build these exterior pillars from the building now. And they hold up the big walls on the sides of the building. So going diagonally in from this pillar on the right side of the front door, we're going to leave a block, and then we're going to go up by 4. We're going to do this for all I don't know how many corners there is for the build, but there's a lot. Then you're going to leave a 5 block gap in between that, and you're only going to place 3 high pillar like that of smooth stone. Then we're going to leave a, I think it might be, well, I'm just going to go to the other side, just kind of diagonal from the andesite, and then obviously we're going to do that corner one as well for about 4 high. Then we're going to leave a 5 block gap in between this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the 6 we build another 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one we build a 4. You could build a 3 or a 4, it depends. I went for a 4, but it doesn't matter if you build a 3 as well. Another 5 block gap in between this one, then a 3, then a 5, then a 3 of course as well. And then for the corner one, obviously we're going to do a 4 as well. Anyone that is on a diagonal against the building, we need to make it 4 blocks high. 100%. I cannot speak for some reason. So 3 high again, just the ones next to the building. 3 high again, then this one should go into the diagonal of the building, and this one goes up by 4 blocks high once again. Wicked. So another 5 block gap on this side, and then we're going to go up by about 3 blocks, then another 5 blocks on the 6th, build a 3, another corner, so up by 4, then we're going to go along, obviously leaving a 5 block gap, and then up by 3. God, so many numbers in this tutorial, guys. Honestly, I am not a fan of maths myself, so when I was building this, I was like, oh, why am I doing this again to myself? Because it's honestly, maths is not my speciality at all. Yeah, thank you so much for 11,000 views, guys. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It is insane that I've actually managed to reach that goal. I never thought I'd be able to get any of my videos to past 100 views, and then when my first 100 view video kind of, well, one of my first videos surpassed 100 views, I was like, oh my goodness, wow, people actually watch my stuff. And then I hit the K mark with views, and then I hit 10k, and now I'm on 11, and it's just insane. It really is insane. Thank you so much, everyone, and I really appreciate all the feedback you guys are giving me on the videos. It definitely helps me to improve, and I hope this video is an improvement to the original 2. I am going to keep them on the channel, so if you guys wanted to go watch it without a commentary, you could. It is a little bit more confusing. This one's definitely a lot more simpler with the commentary. I know there's a lot of speaking here, a lot of numbers, and definitely the fan noise in the PlayStation, in the background of my PlayStation is a little bit annoying, but I'm going to try and like tone that out so you guys may not be able to hear it as bad when I do some editing. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate everything that you guys have, all the support you've given me on that video. Like I said, it's definitely helped me to improve my tutorials. I've built so many since that video got dropped. And yeah, I thought I'd come and relive the Hawkins experience. Nice. And then we have all those smooth stone pillars. Brilliant. So you should have about 12 of the 4 high in total. And then we're going to go ahead and fill in all these gaps just over to connect up the 3 high pillars and the 4 high pillars with the end stone to kind of fill it over like this. So it kind of makes an overhang to the building, almost like kind of a rain shelter underneath the building. So like this, all the way around this guys, making sure you kind of incorporate the 4 block high pillars on either side as well, on all 4 of the corners. So like this over here. There you go, like that. Awesome. And then yeah, we'll just speed it on so you don't have to see me doing this all the way. There we go. So it should look like this. All the corners are incorporated into the end stone look, and it looks really, really nice and bright as well. And obviously we're going to darken it up with the prismarine later on, but for now it looks pretty good. So then we take our smooth stone, go along. Then we leave this pillar when we put another block here, but we don't actually connect up the corners. That is a bad mistake. We don't want to connect up the corners at all. We're going to feed it back again. Then we're going to feed it round. This one can be connected up. It's only on the exterior corners you do not want to connect up. Once there's a pillar that's exposed, you don't want to connect that pillar up. So like that. Then we can do it again. This one obviously is going to connect up on the corner, just like the interior corner. Exterior corners, no connection. So here, obviously we want to leave a gap, and then we want to go around the corner. As we get to here, we're going to leave a gap and go back along. This one connects up to this left side over here. But then we leave a gap because this is actually an exterior wall. So basically all the rectangles that are on the plus that face outwards need to be left. All the kind of connection points need to be built up together. So there we go, round to the front once again. Awesome, that is great. So once you have this shape, you are good to go for the next step. And the next step is going to be to build these massive walls that go up the side of the building. So we're going to take our smooth stone and we're going to build basically these pillars that go up on each corner of the build. And these go up by about 16 blocks high. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then we leave, well, we can actually fill this gap in actually. These corners are good. Now we've left that gap in the between. We can just fill up like 3 lots of 16 on the corners. It is such a grind, this build. I'm not going to lie. Like this one, I know the video is about 40 minutes long. But it did take me a good 2 hours to build this one again. It's just the edits that are going to definitely shorten this video down. So 16 over on this left side again at the front. 16 all the way around. You want to make sure every single one of your pillars match up in place. Again, going up high. Connect it up around the corners. And there we go. So now for these ones over here, we're only going to go on this one here, not that one. We're going to go up by 16, so 3, 4, whoops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Boom, and that should connect up. Perfect. So then you basically repeat the step over and over until you back round the front of the build. Now the build itself is starting to look very creepy, like it's kind of looking like an exoskeleton of Hawkins' lab, which is pretty awesome. So these structures over here, of course, every single one of these pillars needs to be about 16 blocks high. Then we're going to go ahead and bring our smooth stone to connect every single one of them up at the top. So then we have basically massive squares where we're going to put our prismarine in between some more smooth stone kind of pillars as well. So making sure the entire building is connected up. If you wanted to add some pillars across the middle, you could. but we are actually going to use coal block for the roof at the top of Hawkins. So you won't need to, you might need to delete it if you do that, but at the moment, this is pretty good. This is nice and helpful. Connect it up. You're basically making what looks like a massive Rubik's Cube, a plus sign Rubik's Cube. So extend them all along. I'm not exactly certain the dimensions of these blocks, but I do know that every single pillar is 16, so you want to make sure that every single pillar is connected with just a line like that. Wicked. Now we have the right shape for going for us. You can see it's the right height as well. Then we're going to go ahead and add in these interior pillars. So leaving a 1 by 1 gap on the left side of the front. You go up, obviously fill in that gap. Then we leave a 2. Connect it up. Then we leave a 2. And connect it up again. These are about 14 blocks high, by the way, guys, because we've already got the 15 and 16 on the bottom and the top. Then another 2. So 1, 2, 2, and 2. So 1, 1, and 3 2s. 4 2s now. And then another 2 1s over this way. Wicked. So you kind of divide this one into 2 2s. 2 2s. Not the ones ballerinas wear. Okay. Another 2 around on the right side at the front. Then another 2 over here. Then we're going to go ahead and leave another 2 gap. And another 14, of course. Then another 2. And then we're going to leave another 2. And it actually cuts in the other end into 1 as well, which is nice and helpful. Cool. Just a little punch recap there, just to make sure that there's holes in between them. So just a 1 on this corner, basically doing the similar thing you just did on this left side. Then we're going to leave a 2 block gap over here. This goes out by 14 blocks. Then we're going to leave another 2. And then we're going to leave another 2. You guessed it. Nice one. You win a prize. Not sure what the prize will be. Then we're going to split these 2 into 2. So many 2s. Blimey. So many 2s. Cool. Let's go ahead and do the rest of the build. So back around the left side of Hawkins' lab, we're going to go into, place a pillar. Then we're going to leave a 2 block gap once again. Place another pillar. Then another 2. Place a pillar of 14 again. Then another 2. Then we're going to leave a 1 block and then a 2. So kind of going in this way. So the 1 is closest to the far side of the entrance. So it's furthest away. Then a 1 on this one. Then 2. Then we're going to leave a 2 again. And then we're going to do a 2. So it's basically just like alternating between 2s and 1s, which is helpful. 2, and then we're going to do 2, and then it should be another 2 at the end as well, because we already started with that 1 down there. Nice. So 1, 1, and then about 5 2s, which is great. Now around the corner, on this side, we're going to go for a 1. Then we're actually going to leave a 2, a 1, my bad, a 1, sorry guys, and then a 2, and then I think it's 2s the whole way around, but I'll just double check. So that's a 2, there's another 1, and then, oh, a 2 and a 1. Okay, so there's like 3 1s separate in this one, so 1, and then 2 1s on the end, the other side. Cool. So the opposite side for that one, there's a 1, then it goes a 2, then we put a 2 down again, then you guessed it, another 2, and then we're going to put I think we're going to put 2, yeah, and then it's going to be 2 1s on this side as well. So basically the opposite of what we did the other side, which is great. Cool. Nice one, look at that. That is pretty creative, pretty good. Okay, so finishing off the rest of the build now, if we start on this side over here, so this is actually on the right side if you're looking at the entrance, 2, then a gap of 2, and then a gap of 2, and then a gap of 2. Oh my gosh, so many 2s. It's quite a repetitive build, this one. And then we're actually going to do a 2 and a 1 for this end over here. Apologies for my PlayStation starting to rev up. For some reason it kind of like cools down and then it gets revved up again like an airplane. It's ridiculous. So 1, then we're going to go for a 2, and then a 2, then of course another 2, then we're going to go for a 4, only kidding, of course it's a 2, and then we actually split this one into kind of 2 2s. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the 5 2s, and there's only 1 1. So 1 on this back end of the build, 1 gap, then there's 2, and then there's 2. I may be seeing this a lot, but it is kind of helpful to have a commentary over the top of this, because wow, the other one was so confusing. Watching it back, I'm very gutted that I released it like that, because it was just like, oh no, so unfinished. So we've actually got a double 2 on this right side. The rest are 2, apart from this other 1 on the other side. Now coming around to this final 2 walls. Wow, so too much. So we're leaving a gap of 2. Then another 1. Then we're going to leave another gap of 2. Then we're going to leave another 1. And then this next one is a 2 and a 1. Cool. It's very helpful that we separate them, because they look great when the whole build's done. So 1, then 2, then a 2, then a 2, and then a 2, and this should go into 2 2s. 2 2s. Yeah, nice one. Look at that. Brilliant. So now taking our Prismarine, what we're going to do first of all is we're actually going to place 2 blocks at the bottom. So we're going to do the entire section like this. So definitely watch this bit carefully, because we're going to make sure we do the entire thing together. So 2 blocks. Then we're going to stick some normal stair on the top. 1. Then 2 blocks. Then a normal stair. 2 blocks. Then a normal stair. Then we're actually going to stick basically a block, then an upside down stair, then 2 blocks, then a normal stair on top of that. Oh, yeah, I made a mistake. There we go, a normal stair. Cool. So let's do that a little bit slower in a second for the second one. So you can see we're going for this design over here. Looks pretty good. The upside down stairs definitely catches people out because they think it's a slab, but I didn't use any slabs in this build, which is pretty cool. So 2, then we go for a stair, then we go for 2 blocks, then stairs, 2 blocks, then stairs, then a block, then upside down stairs, that's where it comes in, then 2 blocks, then a stair the right way up. Cool beans. I just said I didn't use slabs in the build. I did on the roof. I just forgot that. So then literally we just repeat this step constantly until the entire build is done. This is probably one of the most time consuming bits of the build. So if you want to like pause the video, go back to it tomorrow, say, feel free to do so. Alright, let's do the entire build. Nice one. So once that is entirely done, you have got no walls exposed anymore. They've all been filled up. This thing is literally ready to go now. Of course, we need a roof still so no rain gets in whilst they're experimenting on, you know, the kids of Hawkins. You know, we need to build kind of another entrance as well. So over in these 2 lots of 2 over here, we're going to take out those stairs and the blocks for both of these. Awesome. Once we've done that, we can put glass at the top. This will represent the door frames. Then we're going to use the glass panes to represent actual doors. These go on the left and right sides of that build. Nice. Then we're going to take our smooth stone, go in line with this one, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like so. So 8 out on both of these. So in total will be about 9, because obviously we're counting the building as well. Then we just drop down and place 3 to connect it up to the floor. And the same over here. Nice one. And then we can actually just go ahead and connect it up to the building. So just bring in another pillar out. And another pillar out. We may have to just block off the end blocks closest to the building afterwards. Just to put a bit of pathway in there. So polished andesite for the path in these gaps. Then we just take out these 2. Nice. Just to place the pathway in there. Drag this along. Then we're going to put a smooth stone down here. Or you could leave the 2-way path. It looks kind of better with a 2-way path, but if you wanted to put a 1, that's totally cool. And then end stone bricks to represent a kind of fence line along the side. So you face these facing outwards from the building, then you face basically do the exact same on the opposite side like that. Then we face these ones into each other. So these ones go this way round, curve it round, then these ones face into the other stairs you just made. So that's pretty cool. And that's the overhang for the car park. So you can imagine that underneath that is where delivery vans drop off supplies for the office areas, or even you know, some new specimens of tests and whatnot. So taking these materials, smooth stone, dark prismarine, a smooth stone slab, quartz block, an end rod, an iron trapdoor, iron bars, a rail, and some coal down here. We're going to need to fill in the entire roof with coal. I'm not going to show you guys how to do this because obviously you're going to know. It is a block down, by the way, from the actual top of the block there as well, which is cool. So it goes in a block just there. So fill in this entire section with coal, and then I'll see you once we've done it. Alright, that is looking great. Look at that. That's brilliant. So much coal. So taking your dark prismarine and your smooth, we're going to go from this block and from that block over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we're going to place a block on the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and block on there as well. So we're going to alternate between the stone and a prismarine for this. So nice. That is a good amount of blocks. That should be about 7 blocks in, so you can have a door frame in the middle. So build these up by 3. Then put your stone in between these. Obviously not this middle one because that's where the door's going to go. And this is basically a stairwell sort of build as well. And then I'm going to alternate around like this. Another layer of prismarine. Another layer of stone. So it's 4 at the moment. Another layer of prismarine. It's 5, 6. So it should be 6 blocks by 7. So once you have that shape, you definitely want to make sure you get about 3 blocks high with every single block, just so that we don't have a knobbly roof in certain sections. We're going to have the roof just slabbed over these 3 high pillars that we've made. Awesome. So let's take our smooth stone slabs next, and then slab over the entire roof. So you do this a whole way along, just so you have a very good amount of headroom inside the actual kind of box here. And this box is supposed to represent a stairwell for Hawkins Lab, so like people getting to the roof and then going back down from the roof. And we're going to build 4 of these, all in the corners of the map, or of the building. So on the 7th again, we're going to take a block. Actually, instead of using dark prismarine, guys, I would recommend using smooth stone. We do actually go and change it in a minute, but I did make a mistake when I was building this. I marked it with dark prismarine, which I was supposed to mark with some smooth stone. So let's go ahead and replace that now. Build these 3 high, of course, like the other one. All these buildings are 3 high, and they kind of stretch. They are in all 4 corners of the build, which is great. Nice and symmetrical. So this one just here that I'm building now, with the starting on the corners with the smooth stone, is actually exactly the same on the opposite side to this one. And the one we just built before, with the prismarine on the corners, is actually exactly the same as the opposition to that one as well. So let's slab this roof over. Nice one. So this actually is a 6 by 7 again, because obviously it matches up the building. There's no overhanging bits of smooth stone slabs, which is great. Let's go ahead and build 2 more. Exactly the same. That one over there, and that one over there. Let's go and do it now. Once we have that done, we can take ourselves a couple new blocks, a lever, an oak door, a quartz slab. Obviously we got the block of quartz already, and a block of iron. Now coming to the front section of our build, well actually first of all, just remembered we're going to have to place our doors on. So all 4 of these little shed sort of boxes we made, we're going to stick a oak door on the front of these just to represent a little bit of completion to them really, which looks pretty good. We're going to go around the front on the first one and build an aircon unit, which is 3 by 3 like so, 3 by 2 even, 2 trapdoors at the top, and then just a load of rail at the bottom. Just adds a little bit of effect of a aircon unit, which is great. So 2 blocks high with quartz for 2 blocks, and then we're going to stick a slab on top of quartz. Then we're going to take a lever and stick it in the left corner, take some ladder, and then we're basically going to stick 2 down again, and we're going to grab a sign so we can put an on-off switch as well. Doing this sort of thing adds a load of new details that you can add for, say, a role-playing map, or you can add it for, say, if you're making a murder mystery Hawkins Lab, which is pretty cool. Or even if you just want to make this a display model or a display building for your own Hawkins. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys come up with and what you use this tutorial for. I'd love to hear. So quartz again, then we just stick some, you know, some trapdoors on top, another switch, another lever that says on off as well. Now the roof, this roof that I'm building now is not exactly the same as my old roof for the other tutorial. So if you wanted to go use that roof, you could. Literally, you don't really have to keep these identical because the building is so large. People are going to see it from any sort of location. and it's going to look the exact same from all angles, which is great, as long as it's got sat dishes on top, a massive like antenna, you know, all that crazy stuff. It will look pretty awesome. Speaking of antennas, let's add one to this one over here. So another ladder, another lever, and then another. So we're going to actually put a button on this one instead of a sign, just to add another sort of generator look to a little bit of a module just here. That looks great. Wicked. Now you just want to place as many of these as you want. Obviously air conditioning units on at least 2 of these. And then yeah, let's go ahead and build this antenna. So this antenna is actually very large. As you can see, this is the biggest one on the build. So coming to the front section, going into this first corner, we're going to go diagonal from this corner. Up 1, 2, 3 and 4. 2. And then we're going to go up 3. Then a 4. Then a 5. Then a 6. Then a 7. And then an 8th. And I think there's one more. Then a 9, like so. Awesome. That is great. Then we're going to take iron trapdoors and just trapdoor the top bit. Nice one. Then we're going to come to the 8th one down. So 9, 8, 7 on the 7th even. We're going to go to this one and we're going to stick an antenna sort of satellite on this one. End rod and quartz and a trapdoor on either end. Looks really good. Nice and effective as well for making your satellite. So on the 4th one, we're going to take another one and we're going to place one just here. This one's going to be facing where I am now. There we go. Trapdoors on either end like that. You can put these kind of fence, the iron fence, to look any which way because they look so cool anywhere. And they look very electrical, which is awesome. So you can literally just place these however you'd like and they'd still look effective from any angle, which is great. So there we go. As long as it's got 3 satellite dishes coming from the actual pole, it will look pretty good. There's also a secondary one on the back of this left side of the build, or right side if you're looking at the front. This one goes up 2, 3, 4, this is only a small one, 5, and then we trapdoor it on the top. And this one only has, I think this has 3 as well, but you can like place as many as you want on it really. Hawkins is very sophisticated with its technology, so you can add as many satellite dishes as you want really. It won't really matter. People would still see it for the details that it is, so it's pretty cool. So there's one on the on that block there. And we'll stick another one this side as well, facing out this direction. Make sure you alternate which way you face them, because then it looks like it's getting signals from all over. Just adds a little bit of detail in there as well, which is really cool. There's only 2 on that one. Now over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a satellite dish. So I'm going to take myself a block of iron. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to kind of overhang the building. We're going to place loads of these around as well. So on the 3rd one, we're going to go out to the side. We're going to place a stair upside down like that so far. Then a block of quartz, and an upside down stair again. Block of quartz on top of that one. Stair, block of quartz, stair, and then a block of quartz in between. Then an iron block in this middle gap. Then an end rod on top. Look at that, that's very effective in the way it looks, really cool. If you guys have a better solution for building satellite dishes, let me know in the comments down below. Or even just ping me on Instagram or Twitter or one of them, and I'll check them out, that'd be awesome. So another one over here, kind of a similar design. We're going to go for, just change up the kind of back bit that holds up the satellite. There we go, iron block in there, and then an end rod. Nice. End rods are so useful. I'm so glad they added them. It would not be this would not be an authentic tutorial without them, so I'm very glad they added them into the game. So 3 up and then 1 out. And then this one overhangs the building a little bit too far, so maybe I just... it shouldn't be too bad. There we go. So that's just a very simple satellite, one of the smaller ones. You could also just do like a 1 block like we've done on the antennas over there, but it's up to you. So we've got 2 over that side, we've got 1 at the back. You can build as many satellite dishes on the roof, like I said, as you want. It really doesn't matter too much, as long as you have at least 2, maybe 1 on each corner of the build. Again, it won't look terrible at all. So we're going to build a huge one over this side. So a T-shape with your iron. Then we're going to put upside down stairs going up the T. Then we're going to stick a stair like that. Then an iron block. Then here we're going to put some more iron. So then we can put basically some more stairs going down. So like 1 there. Then there's 1 and 2 there. Then iron again. Whew, it's huge. Then we're going to stick some quartz. Then a stair. Then a stair. then quartz, and then stair it down to reach the other one. And obviously fill it in with a block. End rod on the front. Boom. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, you can imagine this place has a lot of radiation from all these satellites. So another one over here. A random one of your choice. You don't have to kind of make it identical. I'm going to do a nice simple one over here again. Just a mini one. There we go, facing the front. Kind of overhanging the building just by a slight bit. You could even add a few on top of the little stairway builds that we made earlier if you wanted to. Again, it's up to you. You don't really have to, but if you want to, pretty cool. So we're going to do another one of these rounded ones. These are my favourite ones, to be honest. I just like the look quite a bit. There we go. Quite effective. Nice. And build another one just at the back. Like I said, 2 on each side. I haven't even got to the front section yet. And I almost forgot when I was building this tutorial that there was a front section that needed satellites. So that was lucky I remembered before when I made this into an actual build for you guys. So there we go. And an end rod on the front. Awesome. Cool. I think this section is pretty much done. If we just add one more, just because there's massive open space over here, we want to use up as much space as we can. Basically make this look like it's cluttered with satellites. You can never be, underusing them. There is as many as you want allowed. Cool, so we got 3 on that side, 2 on that side, and 3 at the back. And in the front section, we're going to add... Oh, one thing I will say is if you're going to add one of the big ones on whichever section, don't add more than one of them, because on the actual build, on the actual real one even, there is only just one big, massive satellite that I could see. If, something changes with that, or, in a new season of Stranger Things, obviously add it in, that'd be awesome. But for now, I would just recommend leaving it as one big satellite on there, so you can represent the Stranger Things Hawkins Lab as we know it. Cool. And another mini one at the front. Wicked. Now that is starting to look very good. That is actually very, very cool. I love this build. It's definitely one of my favourite ones. And I'm just so happy that you guys have managed to basically live my YouTube achievements with me by watching this video. So the last step, by the way, is just add some trapdoors into the roof, wherever you want, by the way. Anywhere they can go, just in a 4 shape like that. So yeah, we are just coming to the end of the video now, guys. I seriously can't believe we're at 11,000 views with the original build, and then over 4,000 with part 2 of that build. It is insane. It really is insane. I never thought my videos would get to a stage where they were watched, that much. And the fact they are, I'm so happy that I could actually bring you an updated version of this video with more edits and more details and more depth to the actual build, instead of just, me building it and then you guys hopefully following along, because that was not a good idea at all. I've definitely learned from my mistakes, and I just want to say a massive, massive thank you to everyone who has watched this video, who's watched the previous videos, commented and liked, and of course viewed them. I really do appreciate it. It's been awesome. Take it easy, guys. You have an excellent day. I'll see you at the next video coming very, very soon. Please definitely stay tuned for more Stranger Things content. I have a load of tutorials as well on my channel since the first Hawkins Lab dropped. This is kind of my first Stranger Things build, I believe. Yeah, well, no, Hopper's Police Truck, then it was this. If you want to check out the description, by the way, for the interior of this build, we have the lobby area. We go down this big corridor. On the left is an interrogation room. You can see there's security cameras, a vent on the top there. Go down this corridor. Cells, some workshops where they're doing experiments. There's the actual cells. Bunk beds in here, toilet, wardrobe, whatever. Pantry in there, just to keep some, either some clothes or some food or whatever. It's kind of like a wardrobe sort of storage unit. And then we go into the actual laboratory itself. So if you open, well, this door's already open. We go on in. Dials everywhere. Kind of biohazard tape all around. So many dials on this wall. so unbelievable. And then there is the portal. Oof. We all know what lies behind that, but I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who may have not watched the show yet. So if we close that up, leave that nice and closed, and then we go into the nice section, which is basically the office area. So there's a load of booths where the office workers work, obviously, and it's actually this person's birthday. Happy birthday, my friend. And then we got a toilet unit down here for the staff. This is pretty nice and cozy. Little flower pot in there. Then we come to a waiting area. There's a couple of drinking fountains down there, and then we got the meeting in progress. We're just going to pop through the window, just have a look. We don't want to interrupt that. So yeah guys, that is how to build my Hawkins laboratories. I really hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, definitely smash a big like, that would really help me out. Thank you so much. And if you want to stick around for more, please definitely consider subscribing. Have an epic day guys, I hope you can go and build this for yourselves. Take it easy, goodbye for now.